I'm here in front of the Tobacco River Dam again, as you can see behind me. And I did forget my drone today, so there won't be any aerial photography, any aerial shots, but you will get me talking on the ground. There's actually some progress happening here now. I do want to say a big thanks to all my patrons for supporting me. Without you, this would not be possible. I'm going to turn the camera around now, show you guys a little bit more detail of what's happening here. I'm going to walk up a little bit closer, kind of describe a little bit of the details. So right now, this used to be all water a little while ago. They put a lot of riprap in here. It's going to be a little bit harder to start to hear me from the water coming over the top of the dam right now. You may have been able to see some activity going on here if you've been watching my Tobacco River Dam live camera. And what you could see now is they have both these bays over here have stop logs in them again. You could just see that right on top of the staircase spillways. So those stop logs are stopping the water from flowing over, pretty much flowing over. You can see there's a little bit of seepage coming through there. And all that water is now coming through this spillway on this side. Still flowing pretty good. Last week we did have a lot of rain that dropped on here. Probably over an inch, maybe close to 2 inches. This week, temperature's been a lot hotter though. Not as much rain either, so it's been very humid. I'm gonna turn the camera and we can see downstream now. So this is towards the south. A lot of riprap put along the shoreline so that there's no erosion happening here. But the events that are happening right now is they're installing the scaffolding. You can see up here on the right bay, both the scaffolding here. Tomorrow they are going to fly in scaffolding for this bay over here so that they're able to get in here and work a little bit easier. And the work that is currently going to happen is right here where this rebar is, both on this side and this side. That is where a new wall is going to be poured. So we can see on this side, this concrete retaining wall kind of falling apart a little bit. They're going to be pouring a new retaining wall right up alongside of this existing one. Before that happens though, these spillways have to come down. So that'll be happening before they go ahead and pour those. This is just the start of the project right now that is happening. So they'll be bringing in, not sure exactly, but it might be the breaker on the excavator and breaking away all this concrete that is in between here. That used to be the old concrete spillways. Once that's removed, they can pour a nice new wall right up alongside here. Let's head up to the top of the dam now and see how things look on the north side. So here on the south side of the embankment, Tobacco River Dam is right here. Last time I was here, they were rolling down all these mats to stop the erosion, planting this with seeds, so it looks a lot greener here now. Put a little bit of stone down there. They got the crane back in here. You know, this was removed after the spring frost went onto the ground, but they do have it back in here now since they are starting work here again. So I'll kind of walk up the hill here, maybe talk to you guys about a few other details on the channel. I'm filming this right after the 4th of July. Sanford had some really great fireworks. I might actually insert a small clip of the finale. These were able to be seen from my live camera there in Sanford, so that was pretty cool. If you guys were tuning in, you would have been able to watch this show live. And also another update on the second live camera in Sanford. That is being sponsored by Fisher Contracting. That I should have up and running very soon here, hopefully in the next couple weeks. And that we will be able to see the backside of Sanford Dam as well as the park area when construction begins there in the next couple months. But here we are on the top of the Tobacco River Dam. This is the north side. This is the Tobacco River up here. Here's the Tobacco River over here on the side. And then this is to the south, downriver of the Tobacco River Dam. I will also be traveling to other dams over the next couple weeks. One of those in particular is the Beaverton Dam. That is directly upriver here of the Tobacco River Dam in Beaverton, of course. So that's kind of an interesting dam, and they did a lot of upgrades to that one as well. And it survived the flooding event last year. So that'll be kind of interesting to talk to the people in charge, maybe get a quick tour of the inside of their dam and see how they went about making their repairs so that they did not need to decommission their dam. I know there's been a few people that wanted me to canoe the Tobacco River Dam down here as well, the backside of the dam. A couple weeks ago, we did canoe the backside of the Edenville Dam that's over there, over towards the east. So if you want us to canoe up here, me and Jessica, or Jessica and I, to the backside of the Tobacco River Dam and see kind of how that looks from the confluence of the Tittabawassee River and Tobacco River all the way up this direction, make sure you let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like too if you're interested. And my other channel is almost to 1,000 subscribers, so I'll leave the link to that in the description down below. Let's see if we can get that other channel to 1,000 subscribers. I do actually post a lot of additional content on that channel. I know a lot of my patrons get some exclusive content as well that not everyone else gets to see on my main channel. So if you want to do that, make sure you go over, check out my Patreon, consider supporting me. If not, consider subscribing to my other channel. And so let's see if we can get that channel to 1,000 subscribers after this video. Down here in front of the Tobacco River Dam, we can see they do have some buoys though, blocking the front of this. They did have some divers down here, I think in the last week or two, checking things out as well. Looks like they actually just took some telephone poles and actually put a chain through there to hook the buoys to each side. And then over here, this is actually looking a top-down view on top of the Tobacco River Dam. So we can see how most of that water is rushing over the bay that is furthest away from me, because the stop logs are inside this bay, number 1 and number 2 that are closest to me. It's a little bit harder to see over there on that side of the earthen embankment. Maybe I'll take a walk over there and show you guys that side in a little while. But they actually did quite a bit of erosion work here too. You can see the sand there. We were able to see that from my live camera as well. They brought an excavator down in here, insured up a lot of this. Looks like there's some riprap down here, so that sediment is not flowing over and ending up in front of the dam any longer. A little bit of erosion control down here too. So you kind of see a little bit of it here where the excavator was used to kind of level out a little bit of that dirt. There will soon be another project over on the other side of the M30 bridge here as well. They're going to be hopefully using the sediment, the sand from the lake bottom over here. It's a little bit shallower, and bringing that over to the side of the earthen embankment. That's where the water used to be flowing from the Tobacco River over to the Tittabawassee River and through the breach on the Edenville Dam over there. So there was a lot of scouring of the earthen embankment over here on the side, a lot of erosion happening. Now that that water is no longer going underneath the M30 bridge, they're able to get in there and repair that and hopefully use the sand, like I said, from the lake bottom and go ahead, fill in a little bit of where that erosion is happening. Again, just kind of for reference, a lot of people ask, this is the temporary M30 bridge. This was temporary because to put a permanent solution in here would have been a lot more money, and it would have taken them a lot longer to get this in place. So this was rolled across quite a few months ago, and it's been working pretty good. You can see that the traffic is flowing across it pretty well. They did come back after they installed it in the springtime and put a asphalt approach over top of the whole thing. So it is nice and smooth. And over here in the background is Stryker's Marina. I do also want to point out though that there's a lot of people watching this channel that aren't subscribed. I think there's only 40% of the people watching this channel are actually subscribed. So if you made it this far through this video, make sure you go down there and just hit that subscribe button. It helps me out a lot and definitely improves the YouTube analytics so that more people are seeing these videos. That's half the battle, is there hasn't been a lot of activity going on here, so a lot of people have been losing interest in what is going on. So now that we have this ongoing project here, this will be a pretty big one. Hopefully this brings some engagement back, that people are interested in seeing what's happening here again. A lot of work that's going to be happening down there in Sanford Dam. Hopefully all this work is happening at the exact same time too. Hopefully we have the Sanford Park being rebuilt, the Sanford Dam being rebuilt and repaired, the Edenville Dam over there being repaired, as well as the work ongoing here. So if you want to stay tuned to that, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification, the bell icon, so that you get updated right away when I post new videos. I'm going to take a little walk out here real quick now and just show you over the top here. So right straight down through here, might be a little bit hard to see through the grating, but that is where those stop logs are. This chain, this cable right here, is actually connected to those stop logs. And they're not single stop logs anymore. They actually took and bolted 4 stop logs together. So they're no longer singlies like they were pulling out last year. They should be able to pull the whole stack out at one time. And we can kind of see, it's probably a little bit hard to see through the grating. You can kind of see that water that's kind of flowing underneath these a little bit, but nowhere near the amount of water that's flowing through this bay over here on the left. So see how much calmer it is over here on the right hand side? They should be able to easily come in here and pour this new wall right along the side here. Let's get a shot straight down the wall. This pivot point here and over there used to be the points that the Tanner gates used to rotate on. Those Tanner gates are no longer on site here. Those have been removed as well. They used to be stored up there along the road. Maybe on my way out, I will show you guys the improvements that are happening down there too. A lot of that has been removed. Here's what the job site looks like up here by, this is Niner Road, and right here it starts turning into Hunter Road. This is the entrance to the Tobacco River Dam. So there used to be a bunch of stop logs as well as concrete from when they removed the spillways down there. Now it looks like there's just a lot of sand. Maybe this is sand for erosion work. A little bit of stone here, and then a little bit larger rock over here. And of course, N30 bridge way off in the distance. And to the right hand side is the Tobacco River Dam right there with the crane is. So this is kind of what the job site looks like up here by the entrance. Truck just coming in right now. He's bringing in a lot of that riprap that I was standing on that's right in front of the Tobacco River Dam, or actually behind the Tobacco River Dam. So kind of dumping a little bit of that riprap to get access to the side retaining walls. Even look at the amount of cottonwood trees, a couple trees growing up here on top of the old spillways. This is a little bit better shot in here as well. You might be able to see right through this void those stop logs that are down in there and the cables running down to those that are able to hoist those up out of there when they need. Let's head on over to the far bay. So the farthest one on the left. Technically the correct terms is this is the left spillway bay. You're supposed to look at a dam as if you were in a boat looking downriver. So this would be the left dam, or this would be the left spillway, and this would be the right spillway over here. So let's take a look over the top of this one. You can see that new scaffolding that is in place here. Some of that pre-work. And they actually do have stop logs here, but they are not lowered. These are kind of just sitting above the water level right now, allowing all that water to come through here. There's actually a big tree stump in there right now. And there was some erosion work happening over here on this side too. All that grass has been grown back in. And like I said, over here on this side, it's a little bit hard to tell, but there was a lot of erosion work that happened here with all the sand. So there is a lot of progress happening here at the Tobacco River Dam once again. Look at that water just flowing right through there. It's quite a bit. I really wish that I did have my drone today to be able to film this, but you guys will have to stay tuned till the next time I'm here and be able to see those views when I bring my drone next time. It's going to be pretty cool to watch this. Watch these spillways lowered the rest of the way and removed, and the new walls poured right along these existing ones. So if you stay tuned and have been watching this video this long, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video to make sure more people see it and get engaged here. It's what's happening here in Sanford and Edenville. Pretty cool seeing all this work happening and actually being able to see dams rebuilt. It's not every day, especially this day and age, that dams are rebuilt when they are failing. Most of the time the consensus, and I know there's a lot of people that will comment down below and say that's what should happen here, is that these dams should be tore down and let this river run free once again. It'll be better for all the natural resources, fish, wildlife, animals in this area. But so far, that is not the plan here. That is not my decision. That is the decision of the government, state, local. So it is pretty interesting, this project. Thanks for watching, and until then, I'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Also make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next videos I will be posting, and leave your questions, comments, and suggestions below. As always, I just want to give a massive thanks to the people who support me on Patreon. Never underestimate the value of your contribution to keeping this channel going. Thank you.